I do know that men can love more than one person at a time, especially women. They're built like that. They're built like that. Period. I've never met one yet that didn't love more than one woman at a time. I haven't. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. It's Fatimah, Coach Fatimah, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-author of the book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. In this video, I want to discuss very briefly what people do when the love is gone and they think it's because of polygyny. Ask yourself an honest question first. Is the love really gone? Or are you just hurting right now? Because one thing I learned about polygyny, one thing I learned about marriage, one thing I learned about outstanding relationships and people that have healthy intentions on your heart, they don't dump love out of their heart in one instance. They don't. Usually when people fall out of love or they fall away from each other, they have a distance between each other, they're drifting apart, so to speak, is that there's a build. And usually that build has happened long before polygyny has entered into their lives. There's been some fractures at the foundation. And we all know a building, a house, any structure, a bridge that has fractures in the foundation, what will happen over time? It will deteriorate and it will fall. Love is usually an innocent bystander because it's so easy to fall in love with someone. But it's difficult to kind of keep yourself centered and stay consistent and stay there if you're not careful. Now, if you're intentional about staying in love with your spouse, it'll be like riding a bike. But sometimes, if we really get serious about this, when we get hurt, we feel as though we're not loved anymore. And one other thing I learned about men and women too, we have the capacity to love more than one person at a time. We do. I love all my children at the same time. And people say, well, you're not married to children. No, you're not married to your children. You're not. But I loved my parents at the same time. I love my children at the same time. I love my siblings at the same time. Peace once again. It's Coach Fatimah. And I just want to step in here really quickly and I want to say that I know that so many women face so many different challenges when it comes to marriage and especially polygyny. I have faced some of those challenges myself in the 26 years that I've been married. And I understand what it's like to go through and overcome those challenges. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help others do just that. So with that being said, I just want to let you know that if you want to coach with me personally or get counseling from me personally, please visit CoachFatimah.com for details. Now, I'm going to let you get back to the video that I interrupted. Once again, assalamu alaikum, peace. Maybe I'm fulfilled in different ways by different people. My parents, for example. My mother fulfilled me in a way that my father didn't. And my father fulfilled me in a way that my mother didn't. I love them both. But I didn't go, I love my mother more, I love my father more. No. For me, no. No. I love them both. I love my children. I don't go out. I love my 26-year-old daughter more than I love my 9-year-old son because she's been with me longer. No. I love them both. I love my kids. So just because they may hurt me or they've said something and I was going, wait a minute, hold on. And my kids, I have some of the best kids. They're awesome. I love them. Shout out to them and my bonus babies. But I'm just using this for an example. If they've said something and I go, wait a minute, what are you talking about? Or they didn't ask me how I felt today. What's wrong with them? You know, it's not as deep, of course, as polygyny because we're sharing time, we're sharing, and everybody gives the word sharing such a bad rap, especially in the West. You know, you share your food, share this, share that. You share what you want. You know, but other than that, I'm gonna run somebody else's life. I don't get to do that. But I do know that men can love more than one person at a time, especially women. They built like that. They're built like that. Period. I've never met one yet that didn't love more than one woman at a time. I haven't. So to try to extract that is an impossibility. Whether they act on polygyny or not. They might not act on polygyny, but they could be thinking about it. They could say maybe it's an option. But they don't say it's impossible for me to not love more than one woman at a time. I can't even make myself think that way. I'm not going to try to reinvent the wheel. And I've said that many times. I'm not raising somebody that's already been raised. They had a mama, you know, and if they didn't, bless them. You know, if they didn't, bless them either way. If they didn't have a mother or women in their life, if they had a mother and she was there and she was awesome to them, awesome if I could talk to them, fine. But honey, I'm not going to invest my time in trying to control the life of a grown man and say, you are not capable of doing the things that were built in you. I'm not going to do that. So, and I had to really learn that as a young wife. I had to go, you know what? He's grown. He can go out at 2 or 3 in the morning, and then, you know, I wouldn't want nobody to walk up on him, honey, because that's a lot of man to walk up on him and get kicked into a new life. But I can't do that. I can, but would I be in some amount of danger? So I had to understand that my power isn't diminished because his power is different than mine. Women are born with pain. We have cycles, we give birth. We're already born with that pain that's in there. So when pain hits us, our tolerance might be more powerful because we're already built with pain in there. You know, cramps and all types of stuff, TMI, but we have so many things that are in us that create pain. And men don't have that. Theirs is different from ours. So I'm not trying to be like a man, and a man ain't trying to be like me, the man in this family. But yes, I just had to talk about, you know, people thinking, or us as women thinking that because her husband's married again, they dump all the love out of their heart and fill it up with someone else. It's not how it works. And if you don't believe me, you can watch more of these videos on YouTube, and Coach Nazir breaks down a lot of stuff. You know, if you want to ask the question, you got to have the courage to listen to the answer, you know. And there's so many other videos here by myself and my awesome co-wife, Coach Nyla, where we get into like the nitty gritty of polygyny, and we get into our journey and what happened with us and the work that we did. So, and if we're not doing that, we know and have coached and counseled plenty clients through this process. So if you want to know more about our coaching and counseling, please visit outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/store for more details. And if you're not following us on our Instagram account, why not? Or our Facebook or YouTube. Here on Facebook or YouTube and Facebook, we're Outstanding Personal Relationships, and on IG, we're Outstanding Relationships. Now, I'm going to leave you guys with a little GLC. I hope you guys got some nuggets from this video. I'm Coach Fatimah. I'm going to see you in the next one, but first, make sure you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Give yourself some kindness and others too. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Here are 3 ways Outstanding Personal Relationships can help you.
Make sure you guys are following us on our social medias at Outstanding Personal Relationships on YouTube and Facebook, and on IG at Outstanding Relationships, and also Clubhouse under our names.
And make sure you go to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com and sign up for our email list. And there you will get updates on our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored.
Absolutely. And last but not least, when it comes to coaching or counseling, if you want to work with us one-on-one or in group settings, make sure you're on that website and reach out to us, because we do have very limited spots and we usually have a wait list. So with that being said, GLC.
Make sure you are growing intentionally,
loving fearlessly,
and connecting on a higher level every single day. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Peace.